It is 11:40 p.m. Just want to make it very clear, if any of you are confused, this is not the post-match show. Usually this is the time for the post-match show. In fact, sometimes the post-match show starts even before this. This, of course, is the mid-innings. For those of you watching the game, of course, you know that. For those of you who don't watch the game so much and just tune into Sports Today, I doubt how many people will be like that. But in case you are, just a reminder, this is mid-innings in qualifier 2 between Mumbai and Punjab. And 203 is what Mumbai Indians have managed in their first innings, setting Punjab. Easy target, tough target, average target. That's what we'll discuss for the next 15 minutes or so. The headline acts were Surya Yadav, Tilak Verma and Namandir at the end. Yes, gentlemen.
It seems to be a tough wicket, because when you bowl it on the wicket, it sticks. The cutters, you are finding it difficult. The batters are finding it difficult to get it going. And Namandir's cameo may have given them some breathing space. Mumbai are playing with 4 left-handed bowlers today. The only right-hander is a Jasprit Bumrah. If you put a Raj Bawa, he's your second then, right-hander. They would have taken tips. 204 in a qualifier with everything at stake. I think it's going to be a tough total.
I think first of all, I saw the visuals from the Punjab Kings camp and they seem very happy with the bowling performance.
Yeah,
Ricky Ponting, Sunil Joshi, Brad Haddon, James Hopes, they all were, clapping about their team's performance. I'd picked Punjab before the beginning of a match. I'm going to stick to my prediction here, but I think it's going to be a little worrying signs for Punjab, because it looks to be a little tacky wicket, slightly on the slower side. Because if we take a look at the slow ones that were delivered by Jamieson, Azmatullah Umarzai and Vijay Kumar Vishak, I think they have probably given Mumbai Indians the blueprint now as to how they should, go about their bowling when they come out in the second innings to Punjab Kings. So I think 203, maybe about 20 runs more than what Mumbai would have probably expected. But for Punjab, I think these are worrying signs, because the wicket does not really look that flatter wicket. I think the only way Punjab can probably pull this chase off, rather comfortably, is if there is some kind of dew.
I mean, I'm a bit surprised that if it's assuming that the pitch is tough, because this is the ground that tends to be an amazing ground when it comes to batting. It has been one of the best grounds in terms of runs scored. If I'm not mistaken, I think 221 or something was mentioned.
Yeah, as the average score.
Average score. And if that is the average score, then I think that's probably explains the reason why Punjab camp was happy. I understand that the cutters did play a role. Maybe, see, the nature of the pitch really can't change. Maybe those few drops of water that had fallen on the pitch has made it a bit sticky. And that's why you've had a situation where, it's not been the best time to bat. But I'm guessing that by the time the second team comes out to bat, it would have gotten slightly better. That's my assumption. Also, I'm looking at Punjab Kings' strengths and weaknesses. I think overall, leave the last game aside, which they committed harakiri. I think it wasn't a bad batting performance. I think it was panic stations. That's what they did. But overall, if you see, the one area of concern for Punjab has been bowling for me rather than their batting. I think batting has been their stronger suit. So if you were to tell them that if your bowlers can restrict a batting lineup like Mumbai for 200, and then your stronger suit like batting needs to then chase 200, and chasing, I think, will be the right thing to do on this ground, which is why they won the toss and that. I think Punjab would have taken it, irrespective of how the pitch was. If you reverse the situation, I don't think Punjab would have been very confident defending 200, considering that's been their issue. So at this stage, with their stronger suit to follow, I agree everyone will go to the last game. But as I said, that is not a true reflection of what Punjab has done this season. I thought that was an aberration. Overall, if I see, I think that Punjab should win from here. They should be happy chasing 203. The only way Punjab can lose is if they press panic stations again. If they do exactly what they did, and in which case I don't think it'll be some outstanding bowling that will get them wickets. It'll be panic stations where you're playing some stupid shots and getting out, as they did in qualifier number 1. If they are to press that again and show their inexperience, then I think they can lose. And Mumbai, as you know, they enjoy and thrive under such circumstances. They'll definitely put that pressure. But if Punjab get off to a good start and an aggressive start and they are settled in 100 for 1 or 2 or something like that, I don't think that they'll be on the losing side.
See, there is one record which is still there, but records are meant to be broken. Mumbai Indians are the only team that have not lost while defending 200. They're the only team at this point in time. But today that can change. We are seeing 2025, there is this post going viral. Everybody is pointing that out, that it is the season where history records are made. For example, Champions League, you look at it, you look at Harry Kane, you look at Hobart Hurricanes, you look at RCB PBKS. Because if RCB PBKS final happens, first time winner guaranteed in the IPL.
Could be South Africa.
Could be South Africa in the WTC, who knows. But Mumbai Indians, I've always maintained they have the best bowling lineup when you look at all the other teams that is there. Because you have, essentially when you look at it, you have to chase 204 in 16 overs.
Yeah, but the one, I agree with you that probably the best bowling lineup. But I think in these conditions, the pitch that you've got, the one bowler that will be troublesome will be a Jasprit Bumrah. Yes. But the advantage that, let's say, a Bolt or if a Deepak Chahar was playing would have got in, let's say, Chandigarh type conditions, that you're not going to get here. So I don't think a Bolt or Ashwini Kumar in that sense are going to be as effective as they would have been anywhere else. Which tells me then it all boils down to Jasprit Bumrah and how he does, which also then kind of tells me if I'm Punjab, I'm telling them just play out Bumrah, because if they don't get a wicket early on, they will be tempted to bowl his overs quickly. You just play him out and then try and again, I think what they'll have to do is even Hardik Pandya will have to step up on a pitch like this, where you need a bowler who can bowl cutters and also hit the deck, sort of a bowler. Then he would need to step up as a bowler, which he's not done this season. As a batter, he still had a decent season to begin with, not anymore. But as a bowler, he's not. And the other thing which I'm saying is that in terms of pitch, today you had a Tilak going at a decent strike rate, and he's a man out of form. And if he can be scoring at that strike rate, then I think this pitch could have something to offer. And a Naman, I know he's the man in form, going over 200, maybe telling you that the pitch is getting better as the game progresses, and that little moisture or the stickiness that may have come because of the few raindrops when the rain had come has kind of gone. So we'll have to.
I think if look at the Punjab openers, Priyansh Arya and Prabsimran Singh, see what happened in the last game is obviously a thing of the past. But now you're going to come out to bat, chasing a 200 plus total against the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, even Reece Topley is a pretty good left arm pace bowler. I think you would have some kind of doubts in your mind. I understand that, in all the cricket coaching that these players are given, you're always told that you have to play the ball, not the bowler. But in a crunch situation, now can these players, can someone like a Priyansh Arya or a Prabsimran handle pressure? I have my doubts here. I think this is where I would go back to Siddharth's point as to what he said, I think after that PBKS RCB match, that this PBKS team, they don't really know how to handle the pressure of playoffs. And I think if they can somehow survive the first 6 overs, then it's pretty much game on. But I have this very, it's a kind of a Shashwat-like gut feeling that I have. I think this match could be pretty much decided in the first 6 overs.
Yeah, well, the gut feeling then is 50-50, because half the time gut was right, half the time is wrong. So your gut feeling, the chance of your gut feeling coming true is 50%.
I'm not.
Which is like any other feeling that you will have.
Yeah, any other.
It's like whatever I've said, there is also a 50% chance of it happening and 50%
sometimes
chance of it.
you feel slightly more about one thing happening than the other. That's
no, but I'm saying if it is Shashwat's gut feeling, then 50% chance.
No, it's the example that I was quoting.
No, see, I agree with him that, and this is what I think, that the big question mark I will have over Punjab is their lack of experience, as I said. So I don't think if today they lose, it will be because of the pitch. If they lose today, it will be because they will panic. Because they will, do harakiri, play some bad strokes, a good position, make a few blunders. And what Mumbai does very well is just stay in the game. Just stick around, be patient, wait for it. Let the opposition show their nerves, which they will, because as you said, they are an inexperienced team comparatively. So that I agree. If I have to give a chance for Mumbai to win, it will be down to inexperience and panic. And I'm not even like assuming we did see Punjab panic that last game. I can't explain that batting display with anything else other than panic. That was absolute harakiri.
I think if you are 50 odd for 3 after first 6 overs, I'm going to back MI. Despite all the batting that Punjab have,
till number 9.
Yeah, I would still back MI to do it, because I think it's down to the openers once again. They've done it on the flat wickets. Priyan Sharia, I think he was one of their best batters in that game against CSK when you were about 90 odd for 5 or 6 wickets. I think this is the time to step up, and if this Punjab team can do it, so not only they'll knock MI out of the competition, but it's going to be worrying signs for RCB too.
See, for me it's plain simple. There's no gut here. I think MI in a playoff game, there was a stat. Combined experience. If you look at the guys
94
playing 94 matches, combined experience of the Mumbai Indians players, whichever stages they have been in. Punjab Kings is only 44.
Which is why I think while everyone will look at the openers of Punjab and they'll need them to give a good start, but even if they have a good start or have a bad start, I somehow feel that their experienced batters, for example, someone like a Stoinis and someone like a Shreyas Iyer will have to step in because of all the experience they've had in the IPL and to an extent international cricket. These are the players that will have to show that finishing touch, because even if you get a good start, you will find a stage where there'll be a few wickets going down, and that's when you start panicking. So the experience of some of those big guys, and another one in Nehal Vadera to that extent, just as what Namindir is saying. So these are the guys who will be crucial. If they panic, Punjab out.
Because in the eliminator, I saw Ashwini Kumar step up in a big way. And if you want the cutters, there's also Reece Topley to bowl those cutters. Bolt, swing, accuracy, Bumrah, the total package.
Hardik Pandya could be key here.
Even Mitchell Santner's accuracy will be the key in determining, okay, in both Bumrah and Santner, they will have to ensure that PBKS bat sensibly, because if they don't, then I see MI versus RCB June 3.
Okay, we'll take a few comments before we wind up. Sridhar Savakar is saying MI have always preferred runs on board and defended in a playoff. Could PBKS have batted first, or rain played a factor in that decision? Just 10 runs for boom and the pressure of the game is there. That's true, Sridhar. I guess you're right to an extent. Two things I feel why they would have done it. One, assuming that they would have thought that pitch might get better as the game goes on. It'll get drier, much harder as the game goes on. That could be a reason. Secondly, as I said, for Punjab, they will think that batting is their thing, where a target, they still will back themselves to chase it. Whereas if they were defending a target, they may not have that sort of control with their bowling. So they, in a situation, can be helpless if the opposition is going hell for leather, and their bowlers don't have that ability probably to ensure, especially with them losing out on a Marco Jansen. I guess that's been a big blow to them. So that's why I think they would have decided. It sets it up nicely. I think Punjab's best chance is also chasing. Because the batter still can do it. Had it been a 180, 190, 200 total, then it would have been out of their control. Then Mumbai would have controlled the game. Either they would have won it, or they would have shot themselves in the foot. But the strings of the game would have been in Mumbai's hand. Now the strings can be in Punjab's hand. Now it's up to them. Whether they play to form or they panic.
But it'll be a very close game, and you're going to see it to the very last ball.
I think
you may see a last ball thriller today.
Wow. Ghee shakkar aa gaya.
Ghee shakkar.
Because everyone wants.
Otherwise,
if you have to stay up so late, might as well get a close.
Otherwise, you are getting it definitely on June 3. If I think who the team that is going into the final might do
June
it.
3
we'll see that now when the date comes.
It's already going to be June 2. And now we'll have June 3 in 1 day's time. There is no gap.
Last comment before we wrap things up. Shubham Garg has a bold prediction that PBKS has to chase 216 overs. How many times Bumrah has gone for 0 runs in T20? You can play him out, get 28 to 30 odd runs, get 170 runs in 16.
He's breaking it down. I guess this is maybe something that they discuss in the dressing room. Sometimes you break this down and tell your team that, Bumrah just keep about.
Sachin Tendulkar, 2003 World Cup final, 1-4 every over, 200 or 150 balls, and then the remaining 150 of 250 balls.
Yeah, yeah. DJ says if MI lose, Hardik and Rohit's 23 of 20 will cost them. Yeah, if they do end up below par.
Yes.
I did think that those weren't great knocks. Ashish Chandelier, good point. That 4 overthrow actually changed the momentum.
Yeah.
They could have been chasing 190.
Yep.
But I guess that overthrow and then after that 2 boundaries they gave. So I mean,
Indeed.
we'll see. Priyanshu says that MI have never lost in IPL history while defending 200 plus. There is a cheat code Bumrah. MI win, he feels. Today Shreyas Iyer should show his experience.
He's the
It's
key.
pretty much his kind of wicket.
Yeah, that's
He
what I
relishes
said.
Which is why I said Bumrah versus Shreyas. That will be the match. That will decide the contest.
Santner versus Shreyas.
Actually, Shreyas, it's weird now. He used to murder spinners, but with that change in technique, now he's falling to spin far off him.
That is basically happening after he has gotten the better of those spinners.
Yeah,
It's not
it
really,
was.
a sign of that weakness.
Yeah.
Okay. Prediction, Keshav wants to know. Let's do it and then we'll wind up.
I'll stick to my prediction, PBKS. Oh, sorry, Mumbai Indians, I said. Yeah.
Mumbai Indians. MI versus RCB June 3.
I'll be the contrarian. PBKS.
I initially went with PBKS and then I changed it. No?
Yeah. I've been
It's
backing
okay,
MI.
whatever he wants to predict now.
That
Doesn't
was
matter
like,
what he said at
the
the
toss
start.
time, yeah.
That's fine. You can say whatever you want. Okay, guys. Take care. See
you tomorrow.
End of the game. End of the game. Don't listen to him. It's tomorrow. Today doesn't matter. Last ball is bowled and we'll be live. All we're hoping for is a close encounter. That's my first option.
Yes.
See you.
See you. Bye-bye.